At least I think it's Friday. I broke everything electronic. I smashed my computer to pieces. Every single thing on there could have been accessed by network access. Or worse, altered. I'm a programmer, I know. Every little piece of information I gave out since this started. My name, my email, my location. None of it came back from outside until I gave it out. I've been going over and over what I wrote. I've been pacing back and forth, alternating between stark terror and overpowering disbelief. Sometimes I'm absolutely certain that some phantom entity is dead set on the simple goal of getting me to go outside. Back to the beginning, with that phone call from Amy. She was effectively asking me to open the door and go outside. I keep running through it in my head. One point of view says I've acted like a madman. And all of this is just the extreme convergence of probability. Never going outside at the right times by pure luck. Never seeing another person by pure chance. Getting a random nonsense email from some computer virus at just the right time. The other point of view, however, says that extreme convergence of probability is the reason that whatever's out there hasn't gotten me already. I keep thinking, I never opened the window on the 3rd floor. And I never opened the front door until that incredibly stupid stunt with the hidden camera, after which I ran straight back to my room and slammed the door. I haven't opened my own solid door since I flung open the front door of the building. Whatever's out there, if anything, never made an appearance in the building before I opened the front door. Maybe the reason it wasn't in the building already was that it was elsewhere, getting everyone else. And then it waited. Until I betrayed my existence by trying to call Amy, a call which didn't work. Until it called and asks my name. Terror literally overwhelms me every time I try to fit the pieces of this nightmare together. The email. Short. Cut off. Was it from someone trying to get the word out? Some friendly voice trying desperately to warn me before it came? Seen with my own eyes. Don't trust them. Exactly what I've been so suspicious of. It could have masterful control over all things electronic, practicing its insidious deception to trick me into going outside. But why can't it get in? It knocks on the door. It must have some solid presence. The door. The image of those doors in the upper hallway as guardian monoliths flashes back into my mind every time I trace this path of thoughts. If there is some phantom entity trying to get me to go outside, maybe it can't get through doors. I keep thinking back over all the books I've read or movies I've seen, trying to generate some explanation for this. Doors have always been such an intense foci of human imagination, always seen as wards or portals of special importance. Or maybe the door's just too thick. I know I couldn't bash through any of the doors in this building, let alone the heavy basement ones. But aside from that, the real question is, why does it even want me? If it just wanted to kill me, it could do so in any number of ways, including just waiting until I starved to death. What if it doesn't want to kill me, though? What if it has some far more horrific fate in store for me? God. What do I do to escape this nightmare? I told the people at the other side of the door I need a minute to think and I'll come out. I'm really just writing this down so I can figure out what to do. At least this time I heard their voices. My paranoia, and yes, I recognize I'm being paranoid, has me thinking of all sorts of ways their voices could be faked electronically. There could be nothing but speakers outside, simulating human voices. But did it really take them 3 days just to come talk to me? Amy's supposedly out there. along with 2 cops and a psychiatrist. Maybe it took them 3 days to think of what to say to me. The psychiatrist's claim could be pretty convincing, if I decided to think this is all a crazy misunderstanding and not some entity trying to trick me into opening the door. The psychiatrist has an older voice. Authoritarian, but still caring. I liked it. I'm desperate just to see everyone with my own eyes. He said that I have something called psychosis, and I'm just one of a nationwide epidemic of thousands of people having breakdowns triggered by a suggestive email that got through somehow. I swear he said got through somehow. I think he means spread throughout the country inexplicably. But I'm incredibly suspicious that the entity slipped up and revealed something. He says that I'm a part of a wave of emergent behavior, and that a lot of people are having the same problems with the same fears, even though we've never communicated. That neatly explains the strange email about eyes I got. I didn't get the original triggering email. I got a descendant of it. My friend could have broken down too and tried to warn everyone he knew about his paranoid fears. That's how the problem spreads, the psychiatrist claims. I could have spread it too, with my texts and instant messages online to everybody I know. One of those people might be melting down right now, after being triggered by something I sent them. Something they might interpret any way they want. Something like a text saying, "Have you seen anyone face to face lately?" The psychiatrist told me he didn't want to lose another one. That people like me are intelligent, and that's our downfall. We draw connections so well that we draw them even when they shouldn't be there. He said it's easy to get caught up in paranoia in our fast-paced world. A constantly changing place where more and more of our interaction is simulated. I have to give him one thing. It's a great explanation. It neatly explains everything. It perfectly explains everything, in fact. I have every reason to shake off this nightmare that something, or consciousness, or being out there, wants me to open the door so it can capture me for some horrible fate worse than death. It would be foolish, after hearing that explanation, to stay here until I starve to death just to spite the entity that might have got everyone else. It would be foolish to think that, after hearing that explanation, I might be one of the last people left alive on this empty world. Hiding in my secure basement room, spiting some unthinkable deceptive entity just by refusing to be captured. It's a perfect explanation for every single strange thing I've said or heard. And I have every reason in the world to let all my fears go and open the door. And that's exactly why I'm not going to. How can I be sure? How can I know what's real and what's deception? All these damn things with their wires and their signals that originate from some unseen origin. They're not real. I can't be sure. Signals through a camera, faked video, deceptive phone calls, emails, even the television lying broken on the floor. How can I possibly know it's real? It's just signals, waves, light. The door. It's bashing on the door. It's trying to get in. What insane mechanical contrivance could it be using to simulate the sound of men attacking a heavy wood door so well? At least I can finally see it with my own eyes. There's nothing left in here for it to deceive me with. I've ripped apart everything else. It can't deceive my eyes. Can it? Seen with your own eyes. Don't trust them. Wait. Was that desperate message telling me to trust my eyes? Or warning about my eyes too. Oh my god. What's the difference between the camera and my eyes? They both turn light into electrical signals. They're the same. I can't be deceived. I have to be sure. I have to be sure!